Let's keep working, people. Are we getting there?
Yeah. Run reel 10 again. I think we're duplicating a shot here.
See, a movie doesn't come all on one big reel. It comes on a few.
You got your syncing, you got your editing.
In the industry, we call them cigarette burns.
How soon do you think we'll be able to get this cut?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Postcast podcast. Nice little round table we got here.
Little round table action.
Yeah. We got some people in the industry surrounding this table. And we're here to just talk about stuff in the industry, nerd shit, and the news, anything else that comes to mind. So let's get the intros out of the way. I am Gavin Basilar. I'm an actor, writer, producer. And to my left here we got...
Oh, I'm Jim Chalice. I'm a filmmaker, AE, and work on a bunch of random film projects. So I kind of just make my way around. And to left of me is...
I'm Jaime Blanco. I'm an editor, and I'm an assistant editor for pretty much everything.
Whoever pays.
Yeah, whoever wants to pay me, I edit.
Whoever's willing to pay you.
Yeah.
Jamie.blanco@gmail.com.
And that leads to our next intro.
My name is Jonathan Norcross. I'm producing a documentary.
Nice.
And I work in post-production.
Can you
We
tell
work
us
in
about...
post-production.
Yeah, we're all post-production people.
Gavin's an actor, but he also does... he also produces, which includes post.
Yep.
And, so editor,
Supervisor.
producer, post-supervisor.
Starving artist.
Starving artist.
Across the board.
This is the inaugural podcast. We're giving this a shot. I guess we've been belaboring this for a little bit. We've been talking about doing it. And
2 years.
2 years.
Been talking about it for 2 years.
Many false starts.
Yep.
And it's all culminating to this first episode for...
Oh, wait. What? I do want to say that this is the first podcast with quotation marks.
This is the rough.
This is this is not the rough.
Well, we had a rough.
We had a rough. It was very rough. And,
This is the rough cut 2.
This is rough cut too.
rough cut
Two is an industry term.
This is 1B. This is what us industry folks call 1B.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out that regardless of how schmozzy this all sounds right now, there is a structure, and we will
change it this
we
time.
we will we have topics on hand that we're going to talk about, and
Good topics.
good topics, current topics,
Wonderful topics.
delightful for your
Speaking
earbuds.
of, first one up. Yeah.
What do we got today? So one of the things that's been circling my nerd rage brain is the Venom trailer. I am not really sold on this yet. I will give my reasons as to why, but how do you guys feel about it?
I'm fine with it.
You fine with it? I love it.
I'm fine with it.
Now, you love the trailer, or do you love the idea of it?
I'm not sure if I love the idea yet. I didn't like the first trailer, but the trailer that came out this week was trailer 3 or...
You're talking about the teaser then.
Yeah, the teaser. You're right. The teaser I didn't care for.
That showed nothing.
That showed absolutely nothing. It's just Tom Hardy freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And then but this one I loved.
I think the cameras were just rolling like in between takes.
Yeah.
And they just captured Tom Hardy freaking out.
And he was just doing his Tom Hardy
He's very
thing.
method, that guy.
He sure is.
I like the first real trailer where it just showed Venom once and that was it, and it was over. And you're like, oh man, Venom's in it. Nerd rage boner, or actually nerd boner. The second one was kind of like, hey, we heard you like Venom, so
please watch our movie.
Here's all the Venom. I'm just gonna dump a metric horse jizz amount of
they gotta
Venom
do that.
on it. It was ridiculous. No, I mean it's a little bit much for the second trailer, the second real trailer, the third. The third outing on trailers.
It's the third.
It was a bit much, like especially like the Riz Ahmed aspect of it. Like towards the end of the trailer, they show the two symbiotes really going at it, and it's like, well, that's obviously from the finale.
Yeah. That's obviously the third act.
That's honestly probably my biggest gripe with just Sony in general. But before I actually get to that, John, what did you think?
I'm watching it for the first time right now. I'm a minute and 2 seseconds in.
John has done his research.
And
he's researching the fuck out of it right
good.
now as we speak.
Live.
It's good. I'm IMDb'ing it.
Tom Hardy's in it.
To see what's happening. I know Tom Hardy's in it.
No, but it's a good thing. It's funny that you brought up the IMDb because Jim and I looked. Okay.
Oh, Michelle Williams.
Yeah, she's totally in this movie,
Nice.
and I'm fine with
Jenny Slate.
Yeah,
Jenny
baby.
Slate. Who does Jenny Slate play? Do we know?
No.
She plays a
I'm
scientist.
really excited for that.
I love Jenny
Scientist.
Slate.
She plays a scientist. I
How
know
do you
that.
not love Jenny Slate?
Who's Jenny Slate?
Marcel
Are you
the Show?
fucking kidding me? You don't know
From Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that's right.
She's in Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not her strong
Show
suit.
him, show him the trailer.
No,
Get over there.
No, just like
Is she in the
what's
trailer?
No, is she like the really cute, like tiny one?
Jenny Slate. This girl. She
She's
was in
fantastic.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. She was in Saturday Night Live.
She's an absolute monster on Parks and Rec.
She's great.
She's terrific.
She plays that guy's sister, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit! You're totally right. Yeah. Okay. I got it.
But no. The IMDb thing, like Jim and I were like talking about it, and I was giving my all of my complaints about it. But and then we're just like, let's. Who wrote this fucking thing?
Oh, it's right. We went through like 10 minutes.
Good, because that's the thing. Who wrote this movie? And that's the thing. It's like 3 different screenwriters. 4.
Oh,
So Sony wrote it.
So there's just
There's technically
6.
well, oh yeah, 4.
and it's based on Todd
two,
McFarlane.
So 4 screenwriters.
But again, like this was part of the problem. Like I'm not sold on this movie because unfortunately, Sony's marketing department doesn't really know how to show any restraint. Which again, this is now why we have a 3rd trailer that has way too much footage. Where they're literally just begging the audience, the nerd audience, to just come watch this movie. It's
Please like my movie.
please, we're trying to do the Spider-Verse again, even though we failed the first time.
Yeah.
Well,
Every time. They haven't had a successful movie since Spider-Man 3, I guess. 2. Even though that movie critically 2, but I mean, box office wise, Spider-Man 3 killed it. It was the one that made the most money.
Right.
But critically that movie was fucking dog shit. Sorry, Sam Raimi. But
No, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it.
he totally gets it.
He was very much like, you know what? This is a lot of money.
Yep.
I'm okay with this.
And it's funny. It's funny because the peripheral, everything on the peripheral is good. Tom Hardy is great.
He's great, yeah.
You know, Michelle Williams.
She's
like
not
great actress. Whatever.
Let's be real. She doesn't really add anything or take away anything. She's just kind of
but
Michelle
at
Williams.
Janet-
Michelle Williams.
Oh.
But she's still a name.
She's not adding or taking away anything at all.
John's not happy with what you
She's
said.
still.
She's not,
No, not at all.
She's like, we're taking away.
She's not really adding or taking away anything. She's just kind of like, it's Michelle Williams. Like, oh, she's a name. Cool. You know, it's not like you're going to be like, oh, you know, it's.
First of all, have you seen Blue Valentine?
I have seen. It's sad.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
She's magnificent. Blue Valentine.
No, she's a fantastic actress. I'm just saying, it's like she's not big enough for you to be like, oh my god. If it was like Angela Jolie or like that type of name, you're like, not her specifically because that would make no sense, but I'm just saying like that level of name, you're like, holy shit, you got Tom Hardy and ex-actress, like Kate Blanchett, like Thor Ragnarok. You're like, fucking Kate Blanchett's in this?
No, you're right. She might not be the biggest name that they have, but
Maybe
generally
you just don't appreciate Michelle Williams.
Exactly.
I appreciate Michelle Williams. I just think the general audience doesn't care.
She's typically attached to pretty good.
Yeah, I loved her in Dawson's Creek.
She's attached to
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Tree.
Tree.
She's in Brokeback Mountain.
She sure was.
She got cucked by Heath Ledger.
Yeah,
big time. I mean, come on. How was that not going to happen? It's Heath Ledger.
Brokeback style.
Well, she did. Did you watch that?
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
You can be a woman who gets cucked, right? Or
that's fair.
Yeah, I think you're cocked.
No, I think
she's a cuckold.
Cuck is gender fluid
yeah,
for sure.
it's
Cuckold is a person.
gender neutral.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Gender neutral.
Gender fluid. And we've already been told.
No, we're from
No,
the internet.
definitely not.
No.
Oh god, but dude, yeah, they get like the peripheral stuff.
No, she's a cuck queen. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's even better.
Queen.
Holy shit.
That's
Cuck queen is the gender opposite of a cuckold.
I want a t-shirt of that.
I love that. That makes sense.
Well,
use it in a sentence.
we just made a t-shirt.
I'm Cuck Queen.
Cuck queen.
It's spelled weirdly though. Quean.
Quean.
So are we pronouncing it correctly?
Cuck Queen.
I mean, cuck queen sounds good. So
I like Cuck Queen, just like Queen, like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Like Queen.
Cuck queen.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, all the peripheral stuff is good. Like the Venom looks awesome. He looks
great.
He looks fucking great.
Yeah.
I like the workaround too I like the workaround for the actual symbol.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like veiny.
That's the ultimate
nothing.
Spider-Man thing, right?
Yeah, that comes into my next kind of gripe about this universe that they're trying to build. It's
Yeah.
just like, how do you have this character who looks like a monstrous version of Spider-Man without Spider-Man existing in that world? Because Sony even though they tried to say with Kevin Feige in the room that
He was so upset.
he was so pissed.
He was so
He's
distraught.
like, really, guys? Come
What's her name?
Oh.
The fucking main executive at fucking Sony.
Oh, that's
I forget her name.
I don't.
Angela Bassett.
Not Angela
Is
Bassett.
that Angela Bassett?
Angela Bassett.
I thought she was
is-
the queen of all. She is the queen of all. No?
That
Sorry.
notwithstanding.
Sorry.
Are you talking about Amy Pascal?
Amy Pascal.
She's not there anymore.
There she goes. Well,
No, but she still is one.
She's
from
a
Marvel
producer,
stuff.
but she's not the
head.
executive at Sony.
No,
Okay.
but she's still really entangled with Spider-Man.
Right, yeah.
Spider-Verse?
Spider-Verse. But yeah, well, either way, yeah. She did some interview, and Kevin Feige was with her, and she had kind of mentioned that Spider-Man is in the universe, and Kevin Feige just, it's very subtle, very slight. He just has this, like,
Give me that. It's
look on his face that he's just like,
Spirit break?
are you out of your fucking mind? Like, we're not letting you near that fucking character anymore. But
over, lady.
yeah. Like, do you realize how much money we made for you with Spider-Man Homecoming?
That's not how the Force works.
It's like, do you not understand that we know what we're doing and you don't?
Well, they obviously they have a very obvious plan. It sounds like they're trying way too hard to risk a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys saw the interviews at the San Diego Comic-Con.
No, I didn't.
Basically, the director admitted that, like, he's like, okay, we made this movie so we could get Venom into the MCU. It's like,
Yeah.
it's in a very long and complicated way. That's basically what he said. And he wants Spider-Man and Venom to be together on the same screen.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Of course they
So that's
want
why
that.
this movie is made, so Sony could,
The
kind
question
of
is
jump
whether-
in on that gravy train.
Absolutely.
That is the MCU.
Which is why they get that in association with Marvel slate in that trailer. That thing is harsh.
It's brutal.
I mean, the real question is,
real prominent.
Are they really going to write something or produce something that is of the same quality? I mean, let's be real. You know, no. The answer's probably no.
No.
It's definitely no.
And then Men in Black 3 was awesome.
Yeah, make Men in Black movies. That's fine. That's
I'm
right.
okay with Venom showing up in a Men in Black movie.
Amazing.
Great.
Holy shit.
Enter the Spider-Verse, you
Watch the
know?
fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Just crisscrossing all the universes. Men in Black and 21 Jump Street take place in the same universe.
What's his name? Tommy Lee Jones would be awesome as Octopus. Dr. Octopus.
Doc Ock. Yeah,
Right?
If he was like 30 years younger.
Yeah. He wasn't 100.
Well, you had a good one, actually. I talked to you about this before. You had a really good one.
Who was it?
You had a
What said?
really... it was the dude from Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, Rise Darby.
Rise Darby, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was
Totally.
like, he would be a great Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, he would be really good.
Yeah. If he's an actor.
He just...
Much love to Alfred Molina, by the way.
Yeah. Well, he kept... Actually, we were talking about this. We
talked about it,
and he kept saying, "Strip back Alfred Molina." I'm like, that's not how this works.
I'm like, no, fuck it. Just bring it back.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Who gives a shit?
You know. I'm not talking about Tom Hardy though, because I love Tom Hardy, and I will see the movie strictly because of Tom Hardy.
You cannot
And
say
I need
this.
to make that clear.
Yeah,
that
no. Tom Hardy
could be in anything. I'll watch it.
It also looks like he adopted an accent
That doesn't
where-
exist anywhere.
That doesn't exist, but he's at least coherent. You can actually understand what he's saying for once. And maybe they don't have to do ADR all over again like they did for The Dark Knight Rises.
Well, I mean, easy saying ADR you could do with The Dark Knight Rises. At least it's not
ADR. Listen to these two talking about ADR.
So,
It's true.
Nobody's gonna get that. That's
no one's going to get that reference.
We get it.
Yet.
All day.
Yet.
Every day.
Every day.
You guys want to explain what ADR is to the audience?
I actually don't know what it's called. I don't remember what it's called.
additional
Dialogue replacement?
Yeah, it's
recording.
It's automatic dialogue replacement.
There we go.
Automatic dialogue replacement.
What a shitty name.
It is.
Wow,
It's terrible.
we're all bad at our jobs for not really.
No, we're fantastic.
I don't do audio
We're
stuff.
so good at it that we forgot what it's called. We
Yeah.
say ADR.
I just say ADR, yeah.
Why? I'm saying, like, when you're in the industry, does anybody really need to know what the actual?
Nobody really knows what MOS means.
I thought it was man on the it means man on the street.
No, for audio.
Right, or it means man on the street, or what was it?
It means without sound,
Yes.
but it's like it's something
Yeah.
odd like mid-out sound. It's like a German term or something weird.
Yeah, you're right. You're actually right.
So nobody really knows what
Yeah.
MOS means.
That was motion. I thought it was motion without sound.
I thought it was motion without sound.
Yeah,
I think it's a
Motion
German
out
term.
sound.
motion without sound. Yeah, something like that.
It's really funny.
Nobody knows.
Feature
We
I
don't
did-
fact check on this podcast.
No.
We should.
Automated, by the way.
We really should.
Dialogue replacement.
No, we just
Or just
wing
say,
it.
or just
I
say
like-
dubbing.
I might Google stuff from time to time, but I'm not gonna like.
Yeah, no, it's
No,
fine.
I'm not gonna
Right.
find 3 sources. Like if it pops up on Google, that's what we're going with.
Yeah. Fucking
The top hit.
fucking journalists. You know what's funny? Actually, nothing. I had nothing, guys. I'm sorry. I'm lost.
You can't start something without it.
I was like, it's funny, and then I lost it, and then I think that's funny in itself.
Yeah.
Being
So,
If you say so.
How about that Batman news?
greatest segue ever.
That's what we call a segue.
From a dude in a black suit to a dude in another black suit.
God. The Batman.
Batman
From
news.
one shitty universe to the next.
What's the Batman news?
The Batman news.
Is that the script is done?
Matt Reeves almost done with draft.
Oh, sorry, almost.
Possible start spring/summer 2019. But what about Batfleck?
He
Is he still going to be involved?
He's not confirmed.
That's the best way to say, like, he's pretending he's almost done. He's like, I wrote a ton of stuff.
He hasn't written a single word.
That's basically what he
He's
said.
done literally nothing.
What?
He's done nothing.
That's Warner Brothers. That's Warner Brothers pressure. They were
He's literally at home. He's playing a video game. He's on like speaker with the studio. He's like, yeah, 35 pages. I just sent them to you.
He's playing all the Batman games.
Yeah. No, he's on Madden. Come on.
Gaining
He's just, yeah, I'm almost done with it.
The statement was actually written by
Come
Warner
on,
Brothers.
Brady. Come on, Brady.
The statement was actually written by Warner Brothers, and they just sent it to him like, "Can you sign this?"
Yes.
And we're not going to release it.
I've written 36 pages of the Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah.
And it's just the Batman 36 pages long. The Batman.
Yeah, the Batman thing is interesting because I think the only thing we've heard about it over the last 2 years now is that he wanted to do a detective. He wanted to really do a detective story, noir style for Batman, and that sounds great. But there's nothing really. There's nothing else.
I think there's no real way you can write anything for it if you don't know if Batfleck's coming back or not.
But that's the thing. That's what's so funny about this. That's the biggest news. Not that the script is in progress. It's that
there's Batfleck.
Right.
No, honestly,
we don't know if he's in it or not.
I do think that it's kind of really weird that he's been on this fucking project for at least a year. And he's like, I'm almost on my first draft, guys. It's like me writing.
Yeah.
And it takes forever.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
we're
like
like page a month.
That means he's not even close to writing a rough draft.
Yeah, he's
totally just bullshitting
he
people.
totally picked the font for the title page.
Yeah, that's exactly what
He went with Arial.
Comic Sans.
Oh God. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how you guys felt about Batfleck, but I loved him in Batman v Superman as much as that movie is a fucking train wreck,
Yeah.
garbage fire of a movie. But and then in Justice League, it took a weird turn, and he was just not Batman anymore.
He wasn't Batman?
No, it was terrible.
Yeah.
They
He
made
got really
him.
into burgers again.
They made him. They made him. Yeah, they gave him jokes.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's no.
He's not dark enough.
Not dark enough.
You know
he has a boner for Superman.
He's so hard. He just loves him.
Which whatever.
He's greasing the rod with fucking Superman talk.
Justice League is weird because that movie, they clearly made the attempt to shift the tone of it.
Yeah.
To finally stop being so goddamn depressing.
Right.
And light and a little more joyful, but what I found weird about it was that it was like a cartoon movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally is.
And it's it's serviceable as a cartoon movie, and definitely not as
It's a bad one though. It's a
bad one, but that's why I say cartoon movie.
It's kind of like so they just redid this. DC Animation just redid The Death of Superman.
Again, yeah, I know.
Again,
they did it
again. That's the whole point. They did it again. So about 10 years ago, they did the original Death of Superman in the old Tim Gunn, Bruce Timm style.
Right.
And now they've redone it in their new whatever the fuck DC animation style, which is cool. It's really good style. I really like
it's
it.
fine.
But it's kind of like, all right, we're gonna do this again. Let's try this again.
All they can do is keep going back to the well, man, because the Death of Superman is a big fucking story that happened, and of course,
Well, isn't that the general problem with comic books these days? Is that there's not enough iconic storylines coming out?
so
They all hit the wall pretty hard.
yeah, maybe, but that's the thing. That should be irrelevant in the sense of a movie because they have literally all this pre-existing material that they're just not using.
Right.
Well, DC's pretty bad about. Sorry, guys.
No.
That was my laptop. Sorry, guys. But DC's pretty bad about actually using source material.
That's what I'm saying.
Way.
Warner Brothers has used The Dark Knight Returns for I want to say 4 movies now because they used hints of it for the original Tim Burton Batman.
Right.
And then they used it again for cartoons. And then they they did a full-fledged one in Batman v Superman, but without really doing it.
Right.
They just had all the earmarks of it, like Batman in the fucking suit, and that metal suit fighting Superman.
Iron Man light.
Well, he's definitely Frank Miller's.
Totally.
Yeah.
Superman being blown up by a nuke. And
that
and then
was
being
really, really ham-fisted.
totally.
Yeah, it was so ham-fisted in there.
I'm really, really upset that if like they wanted to do the Frank Miller's like Dark Knight story, they should have went full-fledged with it with that really cool Superman scene where they fight each other and Superman kind of turns into a skeleton at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of got there with
No, they did.
They got there with the nuke.
Yeah, with the nuke.
The problem was the context where, like, the way Batman vs. Superman...
This is how much I remember this movie.
The way Batman vs. Superman is constructed would have made a lot more sense if they had just jumped right in. The movie opens with the... I'm going to rewrite this fucking movie right now. If the movie opened with the congressional hearing, and then Superman basically just announces to the world that he will be essentially an agent of the U.S. government.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the next beginning of the first act would show him just being fucking awesome, but still taking orders from the U.S. government in some instances.
Totally.
Yeah.
So then by the end of the movie, you could just have
That's the brand.
the whole fucking battle, and it would
problem.
make sense.
That was the actual problem. Is they just kept borrowing stuff without actually just doing the story. Like, just fucking do the story if you're gonna borrow that much.
Take the context
from
of it.
The movie definitely. We're still talking about Batman vs. Superman, right? It definitely felt like a gigantic dream sequence. There was no one straight storyline going through.
Nothing made
Oh my
sense,
God,
man.
no.
It just felt like weird, like things just thrown on top of each other.
You know what it was? That whole movie was DiCaprio inceptioning Bruce Wayne. That's what it was.
That
It was
movie.
just one big inception.
That movie was The Dark Knight Returns, The Death of Superman, introducing the Justice League via like teaser footage.
Sure. Really odd with the logos involved. Like, why do you have the logos? Why do you have the logos in universe?
That's how Luther.
He had all of
That's
the
how
logos.
he organizes all of his files.
It doesn't make any
He
fucking...
makes logos.
He literally hired a designer to go, you know what?
Well,
what does this mean? And then they all happen to just use their logos.
not to defend it, but this Lex Luthor, I could totally see him doing that.
Yeah.
It's
I
really
could totally-
high on like
Yeah, he's just like,
illustrator.
just do his, because he was like this
Yeah.
crazy Lex.
And it's
I get the
frustrating.
lightning bolts and shit.
Yeah.
He was frustrating
You know,
too.
that's
It
because-
looks like
You should use it.
Aquaman, so I'm gonna put an A or
I made a logo for you, bro.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't.
He's so fast, like lightning. You know, I could see him doing it.
He runs in a flash. That's how fast he is.
Okay,
Flash.
sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt everything, but I'm going to be really honest. My favorite part of all of Batman vs. Superman and Justice League
Yeah.
is Ben Affleck's attitude about working out. It is my favorite thing ever.
Dude, his CrossFit sequence in that movie is actually like one of the highlights of that movie.
It's amazing, but then when you see him interview about it, he's like sitting there like, yeah, you know, like I just had to go to the gym, and
He does not have that strong of a
Ben
mustache.
Affleck?
I hate
That's
it.
Ben Affleck.
That's his Ben
That's
Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
That's Jim's Ben Affleck.
It's interesting.
That's really bad. I'm sorry. I can't do a Boston accent or Ben Affleck. So I'm just gonna
I was just clarifying that.
Just
was
don't
Ben
do it.
Affleck.
It's really terrible. I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm just gonna go to the gym, and I hate going to the gym, so
It's Peter Griffin.
I just go to the gym. It's Peter Griffin.
It's like
It is
Peter Griffin or
It's-
something.
it is Peter Griffin.
It sounds like Leo trying to do a Boston accent.
You know what really grinds my
I'll take
gears?
that. I'll take it.
That's Superman.
Pretty much though, he sits there the entire time just going, I really hate going to the gym, but you gotta do it to be a superhero.
Yeah.
You just gotta do it. And it's like, what do you
We all
like?
hate it.
What do you like about it? Nothing. Nothing. I hate everything about it.
This is awful.
It's such a shame.
I really
man.
like a pack of cigarettes a day, which I can agree with, but you know.
They had such a good take on that character in the movie too, because he was literally like on the verge of just losing his goddamn mind. Aside from the fact that he wanted to murder Superman, but you know there were scenes in there where he's just like he's drinking, he's popping pills, and
He is the best Bruce Wayne in that moment with Diana Prince when he goes.
oh yeah, totally.
He's the most Bruce Wayne meets Batman.
Yeah.
For any of them.
No, the whole
honestly.
moment when he goes down to the server room, which is
Yeah, when he fakes that he's drunk.
Yeah.
That's the Kevin Conroy like spin on it.
John, what do you think about this?
Sorry.
Batman stuff.
Yeah, clearly we've nerded out a ton.
It's good. Is Jim leaving?
I'm going to the bathroom.
Are we done?
And I think the podcast is over.
It just keeps going.
Yeah. So what do you think about it?
The postcast is sponsored by Maury's Wigs. Don't buy wigs that come off. Don't buy wigs that come off at the wrong time. Maury's wigs don't come off. even underwater. Maury's wigs are tested against hurricane winds. So forget about money. You can afford a Maury wig, priced to fit every budget. So call Maury now and come in for a personalized fitting. 212-555-HAIR. It's located at 26 Queens Boulevard, Queens, New York, next to the Sweet nightclub. Maury's Wigs. Again, that's 212-555-HAIR. Come in today for a personalized fitting. So anyway, that James Gunn firing.
Oh yeah, the James Gunn firing. What do you guys think about that?
Classic segue.
Okay. All right. I'm getting a beer.
Get me the can.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to say their name.
We'll just fix this in post.
What are you doing?
That's what you do. Fix things in post.
What the fuck are you doing?
Can you put it over there somewhere?
Yeah.
James Gunn firing. Okay.
That's right. He was totally fired.
He was totally fired for being awesome.
Will he be rehired is the
he will
question.
not.
He was fired for a series of tweets that he made a number of years ago.
10 years ago.
That he has also apologized for a number of years ago.
Yeah.
So he's already apologized for this.
He apologized
This is
before
not
he
new.
made the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
So this wasn't new ever. At this point,
They
it
knew
wasn't.
about it a long time ago.
It was new when it was new.
And then it was resurfaced by some conservative.
People are absolutely around it.
So wait.
They're trying to own the liberals.
So I'm out of curiosity. So like, this is something that's already been.
It's been discussed. It's already happened.
Yeah, they apologized
It was
for it.
water under the bridge.
And so I do know that I've heard that James Gunn's Instagram or Twitter was really political as of late and really criticizing Trump. So because of that, what? Some asshole.
No, his Twitter.
Conservatives hunted him down and
It was like
scoured through his
inappropriate tweets he made like many years ago.
They're pedo tweets.
Sure. But
You're saying why did they go after him now?
Why did they go after him now? Yeah.
It was like rape and pedo.
Right. Like they were just like jokes that people are not okay with anymore.
No.
But like
But they were like 10 years ago.
yeah.
That's
But
not
like
fair.
I think the only reason why they got on top of him is because he's James Gunn. He's making.
So would you
Because
say
he's entrusted to
So would you say
Yeah.
that they raped him for his rape jokes?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the entire cast,
I went there.
the entire cast signed a letter saying bring James Gunn back.
Yep.
And sent it to Disney, and Disney apparently doesn't care that much.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's kind of stupid because he's still gonna EP it, right?
He's gonna shadow direct it no matter what.
He did write it.
It doesn't make
And
any
he fucking
sense.
wrote. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, the really sad part about it is that
It's a soft firing.
it is soft firing, but the really sad part about it is that it basically says, hey, like if you can find any dirt on any one of us, including, hey, by the guy, remember the guy who was really arrested? Remember the guy who got arrested for being really fucking stoned in his neighbor's house and sleeping in it, like Robert Downey Jr.? It's like, you can go back and find dirt on a lot of fucking people. And Robert Downey Jr.'s
Robert Downey
changed.
Jr. did do that. That's pretty funny.
He did some awesome...
He broke into somebody's house.
Yeah.
And he just slept in their bed. That's all he did. He broke into their house, his neighbor's house, to sleep in their bed because he was high, and that was awesome at the time.
Yeah.
It's still pretty awesome.
It's still pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But like you can't. Disney really fucked up because you can't retroactive. You can't fire somebody for something they did and apologize for.
Yeah.
Because then you're Johnny Depp. That's all I gotta say is Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Apparently they can, and they did.
They did, but I'm saying then you would have to fire Robert Downey Jr., Johnny Depp.
Yeah, it's pretty hypocritical though.
It's a really weird stance to make, especially when it's coming from such an obviously politically motivated standpoint.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, hey, by the way, we found out about this. We just heard about this for the first time. Sorry, man, that's really awkward. You gotta go. It's like, it's public knowledge. He's already apologized for this. Why would you give in to such an obvious political standpoint?
It's obvious why, because as hypocritical as it may be, Hollywood is under fire right now, more than ever before. It's just they're under a microscope, man.
Tweets though.
You're right.
Tweets.
No, you're right. It's absurd.
It's so bizarre.
It
He didn't
is.
do anything. He literally just wrote things on a website and just published it.
Right.
It makes no
And they're
sense.
they're not real opinions. They're fucking jokes.
They're jokes.
Plus, it was at a time where, like, I'm sorry.
No.
Plus, it was at a time where it was like Twitter and the internet was really not sticking. It was still like it's the internet.
Still
Okay.
And he
pretty-
wasn't that big of a deal back then.
MySpace was still
Like
It
he
became a big deal,
worked
like-
for like Troma. Like he was doing little indie movies.
He said he was a provocateur. And it's like, yeah, you work for fucking Troma.
Yeah.
You didn't think you were ever going to get to fucking...
And he's openly admitted that he's made these ridiculous jokes to like blow up his status. He wanted
Totally.
to be more popular. So of course, if you're a creative and you want to get really, really big in this industry, you're just gonna say some weird shit.
Totally.
That's probably gonna bite you in the ass at some point.
But that's the thing.
I guarantee you,
These are all growing pains. Like it shouldn't be a big deal. Is what I'm trying to say.
I'm sure he thought he was going to just be an indie, like an indie film star. That's what he was shooting for. He was like, I want to be an indie film star and make a few movies and make a decent amount of money. He never thought he was going to be like Guardians $1 billion franchise.
Volume 1, 2.
You know, like
Didn't Roseanne get really uppity about this
Well,
later?
you can't say uppity because that becomes a thing in itself.
Really?
Yeah, uppity is wrong. You can't say uppity.
It is.
Yep.
Roseanne?
Can't say uppity.
Can't say uppity.
Roseanne Barr.
Roseanne Barr.
Racist.
What is really?
Because it's
What's the connotation of uppity being racist?
Slavery. Uppity slave.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Really?
That's a real thing.
Okay, it's weird.
Who do you guys think should?
So moving on from slavery.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying you can't say uppity in theory in terms of like the James Gunn context.
Not
like,
racist.
By being able to,
What was up with Roseanne Barr?
She apparently criticized the fact that James Gunn is getting all of this support for.
Oh, and she didn't.
And she
It's
didn't.
because nobody cares about Roseanne.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, why?
Her show sucks.
Yeah,
Nobody cares.
but she also did that like a month ago. Like I'm saying, in the present day, whereas James Gunn, again, it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Didn't she do a weird thing with cookies where she pretended she made a joke about the Holocaust when she brought cookies out of an oven?
She's got really weird.
She's done some really weird stuff.
She did a shoot, right, where she was Hitler or something.
Maybe that was it. She had little
Oh
cookies.
yeah,
That's a thing.
All right, I'm gonna
just
Google
going-
it.
yeah, fine.
Just going back to the whole Pledge of Allegiance, not Pledge of Allegiance,
Pledge of Allegiance.
what was it?
To the flag.
She sang the
Oh, the Star Spangled Banner.
Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, she sang the national anthem.
national anthem.
It was.
I'm a good American.
She hated it. Oh my god, such a visceral
She sang
reaction from the crowd.
Yeah, it was really awful.
It was pretty bad.
She's always been crazy, but at this point, it's like.
Yeah, no. I mean, look, you had mentioned something about James Gunn being held accountable, like where it's like we live in a time now where you're not safe. It's just, dude, honestly, it just sucks that we live in such a time now where it's like everybody has to be so politically correct because no matter what, if God forbid you're successful, people will jump right on you and you will get fired.
It's really
and
terrifying, yeah.
it really bothers me because where is the line anymore? It's gone.
Yeah, it's a little upsetting because you can't really fully exercise your creativity. You just like have to think of all these things.
Yeah.
And then like you can't just you can't tell really fun jokes.
Because all jokes are inherently sexist or racist.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that's
Or just
that's
wrong.
but that's the thing.
Right, yeah.
That's the whole point of the joke of jokes being
Jokes.
taboo. They touch on that stuff
Yeah.
that is
Walk the
horrible. They walk the line because
That's what makes you laugh.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Comedians do it all the time, and it's
But
a shame.
they even get shit about it. You know?
Yeah.
That's the reason. Like,
Oh, yeah, totally.
That's the reason a lot of major comedians don't even do colleges anymore because they're too sensitive.
Yeah. But I think this is temporary.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna pass.
It's all temporary. It has to be. It's just it can't last this long.
People are just bored. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you have people with too much time on their hands being like, I'm gonna be offended about
Fucking first world
farts in the
problems.
wind, which actually was offensive when it first came out. And,
Farts?
When Blazing Saddles came out, the fart scene was really offensive.
Really?
Yeah, it was a big thing.
Oh shit.
So we're just getting back to that point where like farts are fucking offensive.
Son of a bitch.
What a time to be alive.
Who do you guys think should direct Guardians?
3?
Yep.
His brother.
Okay.
He should play Rocket
Uh-huh.
on set and direct because then it's just really James Gunn directing.
It's very true.
He's got an earwig in his ear. He's like, what?
He's wearing a wig?
Not a wig, not a regular wig, an earwig. But we could call our sponsor for a wig at the.
That's all right.
I'll tell you who should direct it.
Maury's wigs don't come off. Even underwater.
Even underwater.
They've been tested. Where?
Against hurricane winds.
Oh, okay. That's also a big fan wind, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's good.
You should give it to that young upstart, Ryan Johnson.
I know you're just trying to trigger me right now.
Let's not go there.
I know you're trying to trigger me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying.
So Jim loves Johnson.
You're also triggering me.
He loves The Last Jedi.
All right, here we go.
So
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go into it for 5 seconds.
Wait,
I'm
John was
sorry.
saying something.
Predator.
Yeah, you were saying a
No,
thing.
I'm gonna do it. I'm going into it.
This is a Predator movie.
Fine.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a new one coming
He
out.
sucks. No, I'm kidding. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, Jamie, you had made a really
His
good
wife
point.
is a very good podcaster, or his girlfriend, Karina Longworth.
Who's that?
She does that.
Ryan
Hollywood,
Johnson's
she
girlfriend?
does that Hollywood podcast.
Ryan Johnson's girl?
I'm pretty sure they're together.
Really?
Cool.
Did she tell him when she sucked?
I don't think she does.
Baby, your movies are awful.
No, they're not. Only the one was awful. I like all the other ones except the one in the universe that I like the most, and he just ruined it.
It wasn't our
I'm gonna cut this out.
Ryan Johnson on blast. Anyway, back to the Predators.
Hashtag whole human being.
Jamie had made a good point about the franchise of the Predator franchise. Care to reiterate?
What point did you make?
I don't remember.
How
What
it
was it?
the staying power.
Oh, that it's amazing how it's still around
Since the 80s?
since the 80s.
Given
And
that the plot of everyone is just like, here's a predator, we're gonna fight him now.
yeah, it's just kind of insane. Like
It's the same plot
it's
every
the same.
single movie.
It's the same fucking movie over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's like, how many years has this been? 30?
It came out in 87.
Yeah. So this is just.
So it's almost 30 years.
It's about 30 years,
Yeah.
and it's still they're still rebooting it.
Yeah.
This is the third reboot. We got Predators.
It's the third reboot?
It's the third reboot.
Well,
Predators
if
is
you-
supposed
if
to
you
be
include Alien versus
and I'm including Aliens versus Predator.
Yeah.
Like this is
that's not a
just a
reboot.
constant.
No, they're
No.
That's not a reboot.
Either Predators or this one is a direct continuation of the original.
This is
Predators.
No, Predators is a dark movie.
Predators. It's a soft reboot
It's a soft reboot
because it's
yeah.
technically a sequel, but
Yeah.
It came
it's
out
the same
hundreds of
exact
years
thing.
later after the first,
And it's on a different planet.
and it's a soft reboot. It's like what they did with. Yeah, right.
That's very spoiler.
That Star Wars movie.
That movie that's like
It's
8
like a
years
soft
old.
reboot.
You know what my favorite movie is? The Last
Predator.
Jedi.
I know. I can feel you triggering me.
It's no one's
You're
favorite.
triggering me so hard. You want to hear me rage out. You want to hear it, and I will do it because you want to hear it.
Clearly.
It's a dumb movie.
Ooh.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
Done.
We're sorry.
Anyway.
It's dumb.
Predator.
It's so bad.
Jesus.
Sorry.
What's your question, Gavin?
Keep it going.
Awful movie.
Predators?
Predators.
You know what I'm talking about.
How dare you talk about
It's The Last
Predators?
Jedi. It's a terrible movie. The Predators is actually pretty good. I like Predators a lot.
Yeah, we actually
Predators is,
just watched it before we started
yeah.
this podcast.
Yeah, it's a pizza.
I do love how jacked Adrian Brody is.
I
He's so amazingly jacked.
find it very off-putting.
Yeah, it's...
But okay, let's go in order. Actually, let's just go in order. Let's start with the first number one, numero uno,
Predator.
Arnold, Predator, 1987.
Carl Weathers.
Carl fucking Weathers, man.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse the Body.
The Body.
The Governor.
Was that when he was
Ventura.
the body, or when
yeah.
was that the governor?
No, he was the Body.
That was the body. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Governor was many years later.
Yeah.
Right before he did a TV show about conspiracies.
I love that show so much.
I love how crazy it is.
Genuinely.
My favorite thing that Victor has ever done was that commercial about Colin Kaepernick a couple of years ago.
What?
Do you guys know about this?
Doesn't sound good.
There's like an internet thing that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've seen it.
There's this internet thing that he did. He's like, I fully support Colin Kaepernick.
Wait, did
He is exercising his First Amendment.
Wait.
So it's not a bad
Can you
impersonation
actually
either.
do the actual like lip smack of it, like Colin Kaepernick?
Kaepernick.
Thank you.
I used to be a SEAL.
There we go.
I killed people
That's
for
so
this
good.
country.
Let's do the whole thing.
I salute him. When I think about what he exactly did, who cares? I salute him for being patriotic. It was fantastic.
It was fucking amazing. He's so out of his mind.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
The best part is he also, like, very, very, not indirectly, but he was basically like, yeah, it's kind of shitty that he did that, but who cares? This is how this works. And that's what's cool about being here.
Can you believe that man was the governor of a state?
Yes.
Again.
Kane's.
Of Minnesota, yeah.
Kane is running for
I can believe
for office.
Minnesota.
He won. He won last night.
Oh, he did win?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Cleveland?
Spoilers.
Wait, what is it? What state?
That's not a state.
Tennessee.
No, no.
A county in Tennessee.
It's county. It was a county in. Was it Tennessee?
Yeah, it was in Tennessee.
It's Tennessee for sure.
Ah.
Yes, I know Cleveland's not a state.
I'm just saying. I'm saying like this. Okay, wait.
First Predator.
No. I do have one thing to say about this. About Predator. The Predator. I saw it when I was really young. I had no idea why Apollo Creed was hanging out with the Terminator. I was really confused. I was a dumb kid. But I will say this. Favorite part of the entire movie. Mm-hmm. Favorite part. Not the Predator. Not the jungle stuff.
Right.
The high five. High five.
Yeah,
best. That's best.
Oh yeah,
I'm done after that. Essentially a nuclear bomb of awesomeness.
Yeah.
And then you just move on from there.
It's like the manliest
Everything's just down.
shot
Yeah.
ever.
He has a cigar in his mouth too. He's like,
yeah, just so much machismo.
Done.
Dylan!
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. Slap. Really good.
His red heat accent coming out real hard.
Oh, God, so hard. So fucking hard.
We should do a series about all the forgotten Arnold movies.
Oh my God, I could talk about
There's
Commando.
a lot.
Commando, Red Heat,
I could talk about Commando for
The
days.
Running Man.
The Running Man. That's in the middle though. That's in the middle.
No, Commando. Let's just do
Commando.
I think Commando has like my favorite Arnold line ever.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this? Like,
Just the shake with the gun.
no, well, yeah, there is that, but he has this one epic line. Oh, right. It was like, well, I hope you left enough room, and he's like, damn it. He's like, well, I hope you left enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine. It was amazing.
About your spine.
And that leads into Predator 2 in 1990.
Yep.
Which Arnold is not in.
Arnold's not in it.
But you know who is in it?
Fucking Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
It's like, who's gonna say this?
Still,
This is America.
What?
Oh, Danny Glover. All right, one thing I noticed about Danny Glover.
Okay.
Danny Glover has one facial reaction to everything.
He does.
Yeah.
Throughout his entire career.
Yeah.
He has one face that he makes in every single scene.
Yeah.
He's Murtaugh.
I just know... I don't know how to replicate... It's just kind of like a blank stare. It's like he looks like
Yes,
he's like
comprehending
a
everything.
I got
little,
you, man. It's a-
he's like a little stressed. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a little concerned. He's a little stressed.
And
But
if,
like not
if the
that
situation is
stressed.
heightened, he'll be trembling just a little bit.
Right. Yeah. He only has one facial reaction to everything. I was even thinking about him in Royal Tenenbaums, where he plays an accountant.
Oh my God! Yes.
He's in Royal Tenenbaums?
Yes, he is.
His face in Royal Tenenbaums
Oh my
is
God.
the same as when he's like confronting the predator. It's exactly the same.
It's acting.
Yeah, he's Angelica Houston's like new husband, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. I think I've seen it.
Yeah.
I will say this. I was going to get this earlier today.
I love Danny Glover so much, though.
Danny Glover is a
great,
fucking
man.
man.
Yep.
But
I do love that he's Murtaugh in that movie.
He is.
I mean, he just.
But I'll say this. Predator 2, I was talking to Gavin about this. Predator 2 takes place in the same universe as RoboCop.
It does?
It could.
It could. It easily could. It's
crime-ridden.
It's totally the LA.
If it's also in the same universe as Alien, then is this like a whole thing?
And Terminator.
And Terminator, so they're all together?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
So just that age goodness?
No, I'm just saying, thematically, Predator 2 could easily slot into the LA universe of RoboCop's
absolutely.
Detroit.
Yeah.
It makes total sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because like,
I'll
you
agree
can
with
look
that.
at like Predator 1 and you're like, okay, well, that's just it's unto itself in Guatemala. Yeah. But the fact they brought it into LA, even Bill Paxton's character of being like the ridiculous dude,
So good.
you could easily see him being a transplant from Detroit.
Yes.
Totally.
And like, it just fits. Those two movies fit.
I want to see
together.
RoboCop
I don't know.
killing some predators and being like, your move,
They're
great.
doing a RoboCop.
Dead or alive.
Dead or alive.
They're doing a RoboCop sequel or reboot. It's kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah, we don't know what it is.
Soft.
Because someone said it was originally going to be, they were doing the Halloween thing of skip all the other movies and just make this number 2.
Yeah.
Your Superman returns again.
Right. Or it's a sequel to the Joel Kinnaman sequel of
So they're going to kill it again. That's basically what you're saying.
from 2014.
They're just going to make this movie's going to be a one-off.
No one knows.
It's going to destroy the franchise again.
It's going to destroy the franchise
But I'm
twice.
I'm just saying Predator 2 could live in the universe of RoboCop and it would fit very cleanly. It's a
absolutely
great
right.
movie unto
Yeah.
itself with a lot of dudes getting murdered while they're fucking.
That movie doesn't get enough credit either. And that movie was still in the 80s, right? Or was it? Did it made it into the 90s?
It's set in
It's 1990.
like 7 years
Oh, it's
in the
like
future.
set in 97.
It's really weird. It's like set in the future, but only like a handful of years in the
Wait,
future.
so is it set in the same 1997 of Terminator 2 that Judgment Day happens?
Is it also set in the same 1997 that Demolition Man
Oh my god!
is set in the beginning of the movie?
God, what a time to be alive.
Jesus.
1997.
That's 1997 was a big year for movies.
Yeah, didn't Batman and Robin go out that year?
Didn't Will Smith do something?
Wait, no. But Predator 2 came out in 1990.
He did Fresh Prince.
It did, yeah.
But the 1987
No, yeah,
1999.
You mean Fresh Prince? For all of the 90s. Yeah, it's an underrated movie, dude. And it was cool because it was like a logical. It was a logical step to go into a city, as opposed to the jungle. I guess the concrete jungle. And yeah, no,
it's a tagline of the movie.
I
really think
I wouldn't be surprised.
The concrete jungle.
Yeah,
the concrete jungle.
But
the gang is really weird.
Which gang?
It's like a voodoo. It's like a voodoo drug cartel.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem like it's a real thing.
No.
Like, I don't think that's ever existed.
The cartel in Los Angeles.
They seem very confusing.
A voodoo, like Jamaican.
Oh yeah.
I also feel like that's what they just borrowed that from the first movie, I guess, where the chick Anna, I guess was her name, where she's talking about the legends or the monsters or whatever in the jungle or whatever. I feel like that's kind of just like we need something like that. So let's just do voodoo.
We need some mystical.
Yeah, it's really weird. It is cool when he rips the guy's head off, though. That's good.
That's always great.
Yeah.
How about in this one that we just saw Predators when he ripped out
2010.
When he ripped out what's his name's spine and his brain came out with it. Ooh, that was fantastic.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Was it Randy Orton?
His brain or his skull?
No, it wasn't Russian Randy Orton. It was
no, it was a dude from Man-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh right.
And what's his name? Actually, can you look up his name? Actually,
That's right. I forgot that guy's name.
The guy who plays the Randy Orton character?
No, the guy who
the prisoner.
The dude from not Damages.
Fuck is he? He's in a lot of things.
He's in a
Which role does he play?
He was the inmate.
He's in
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins. Yeah, he's the fucking best.
Goggins.
Everything he's in, he's awesome.
Danny Trejo also in this motion picture.
Yes, he is for some reason.
Yeah, he was in Predators.
He's in Predators.
Yeah.
How did you
miss him? Yeah.
Oh, he's in the beginning. Okay, that's right. I missed that part. Okay. I saw it the first time.
He looks like no one.
It's true.
You could not confuse him, man.
And looks so much like himself.
He looks exactly like one person. Yeah, that's my fault.
He's played the same character.
It's a Robert Rodriguez flick. Naturally, Danny Trejo's
We're not going to say if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm going to imply that.
Cheech Marin is the only one that's missing.
Fuck.
Robert Rodriguez?
Yeah, he makes me sad.
There's like a weird thing where he came up with the idea many years ago, and it just sat there and floundered, and then eventually he produced it. And it kind of...
Yeah, they wanted Arnold in this one, too.
Wrote it.
I wish he directed it.
For Predator?
Predators.
Oh.
He wanted Arnold in this one too.
I really wish he directed it, honestly.
Robert Rodriguez?
Yeah, I wish it was the movie he went back and decided to go, I'm going to do my Desperado shit again on a bigger scale. Rather than his weird, 3D kids movies that don't really...
Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a
masterpiece. I like Spy Kids.
Actually, episode 2 is going to be Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, episode 2.
Oh, can we watch that?
It's on the Google Sheet. So.
Can we watch it right now?
We're not doing that.
No, we're watching.
We're going to do a live commentary of Shark Boy.
You know what? Yes.
We need to do a commentary track on something.
We have to be on shrooms.
I'm alright with this.
That'll we'll forget to turn on the microphone.
No, we'll do all that first. I think the shrooms. The first 15 minutes will be very coherent, and then someone's going to be screaming about their grandmother.
We're going to need a hard drive because it's going to be recording for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Shark Boy and Lava
So
Girl.
I'm just going to point that out.
Yeah.
On DVD.
Can you watch it on DVD? DVD? Like a crumb
The digital video disc?
I think we should get glasses and watch it in 3D.
Oh, wow, that'd be great.
That'd be fun.
3D Blu-ray.
Actually,
Master Drive.
The more we're talking about this, the more I like it.
Yeah.
And the less I want to talk about Predators.
It has to be
Yeah,
Shark
well,
Boy.
hold on. Fun fact about Predators 2, because naturally they wanted Arnold in this one too. And you know what he did instead of Predators 2?
What?
He did Terminator 2.
Oh, well, he won.
He totally won.
He totally won.
So instead of a sequel to Predators, he did the sequel to Terminator.
Who thought that
Wow.
I'm sorry, who thought in the universe of fucking with James Cameron that you should try to compete with James Cameron? Who was like, hey, Predator 2 or Terminator 2? So, well, one has James Cameron and one has a guy I don't remember.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
How would he have been in Predator 2?
Oh.
Now he's just in LA all of a sudden?
Yeah.
it would make sense. It was 10 years.
Well, we don't know where he's from. That's the thing. He could have.
No, it was 87 and 90.
He could have presumably been
No,
from
that
LA.
makes sense.
No, they could have flown him in once they found out there was a predator running around.
That's true.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And then he teams up with Danny
And they're
Glover.
like,
that would have
he's the one guy that survived.
Holy
this.
shit.
It becomes Lethal Weapon, but with Arnold.
I would have taken that. That was
The
so
weapon
amazing.
with Arnold.
And they're hunting a predator.
I guarantee they would have gotten rid of Gary Busey's character then.
Yeah, it would have been played by Joe Pesci.
Oh man.
You just wouldn't have Gary Busey's
God,
character.
that would be so good. Little Joe Pesci.
Little joke.
Can we just rewrite
That's
this?
next week.
Can we just rewrite
That's
this?
next week.
We're reimagining Predators 2 right now.
We're gonna shoot.
Can anyone do a Joe Pesci impression? Can you do Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci.
I haven't watched Joe Pesci.
I need to see a scene for
Yeah,
Joe
me too.
Pesci, and then I
Yeah,
can.
well, funny how I'm a clown. I can't do it.
What am I fucking clown you?
I just
amuse you?
I just sound like our friend Lucas.
Yeah. That sound like Lucas.
What am I, a clown?
You gotta be more
Make it
lefty.
laugh.
Yeah, the lisp.
I think. Okay.
I don't know what the fuck.
Okay, we're going to a pick, guys. We're off the rails.
Right.
Predators. Or Predator 2. Or Predator 1. Or the new Predator. Yeah, the plethora of things you can
Did
talk
I hear
about.
someone say deal?
No. But
I think Jamie said deal.
I definitely did not say deal.
Buck's Super Cool Stereo Store is making super cool deals on all name brands. We're open. We're ready. All you need to do is walk over, get down, and come inside us. We have... Wait, Buck's Super Cool Stereo Store has hi-fi stereo systems. That means high fidelity. It's the highest possible fidelity. What?
Nothing. This is going great.
High fidelity.
Piss myself.
High fidelity. Sit down.
You get back here.
High fidelity is a very important thing to have in a stereo system. I have to say, I bought a big unit from Buck, and I have it in my home, and it provides hours of pleasures for me and my friends. Buck's Super Cool Stereo Store is in Reseda in Los Angeles, California, on Sherman Way.
Oh, God, yes.
Thank you for that.
Thanks, man.
Buck's Super Cool Stereo Store.
It's a good store. I like it. I got my soundbar from there.
Oh God. Okay, so we're still talking.
Oh, shit, my life.
Okay, so
Anyway, yeah.
how does everybody feel about Alien versus Predator?
I don't really want to talk about it. I think it's...
Well, we can kind of talk about it a little.
I mean,
it has Predator in the title.
It does have Predator in the title. I mean, I watched the first one. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see the second one at all. I have no interest in seeing the second one.
The second one's kind of fun.
I hear that's better than the first one. I watched the first one and it had kids in it and I hated it. Which is my concern about the Predators, or the Predator.
It didn't have kids in it.
At the beginning it did. Where's the second one? So one of them had kids in it in the beginning. Like a kid in it.
The second one had a kid in it, but it wasn't a main character, and that kid totally died. Spoilers.
Yeah, I think I just saw, like, I don't know. I don't know. Alien vs. Predator. It came out in that really weird dead season where it was like that dead period of time where if you weren't, what, 2008, 2007.
Maybe 2005. I don't know.
Well, the first one came out pretty early, like 2004 or 3.
Yeah, it was pre-Marvel, like.
Wait, so at the end of Predator 2, it's an alien skull that's on the wall, right?
Yes,
That's
that's
set
what
up.
creates the link. Yeah.
The most badass line that could ever have been said by Danny Glover. Which is after he just goes through the gauntlet of killing just one fucking predator.
Yeah.
And then all of his friends show up, and he's just like, all right, who's next?
Oh, you know what? Oh man, that's fucking awesome. But for me as a kid watching it, what I really think about a lot.
2004.
2004. It was a dead zone for movies. Well, I think Predator 2.
The Aviator came out in 2004. How dare you?
Oh,
that's a great movie.
That movie's fantastic.
No,
Talk about the
Don't touch me.
no, that's a great movie.
It wasn't.
That is actually, no, fuck you. That's one of my favorite movies.
It could not have been a dead period because
But that's-
that movie did not win the Oscar. What won that year?
2004.
Batman vs. Robin.
Okay,
Robin came out in 2000.
What I wanted to say about Predator 2 was the thing that I always remembered as a kid watching the movie was because Gavin had mentioned the Danny Glover's badass last
$1
line.
Million Baby, I think, won that.
That's
That
a
makes
good movie.
sense.
Shrek 2.
Either that or M. Night Shyamalan's The Village.
Spider-Man.
That definitely-
Oh, God.
That definitely didn't
We
win.
need to do an M. Night Shyamalan
classic.
episode.
Oh, we will.
Oh, really?
That's gotta happen.
That's happening.
What I was gonna say was the thing that I remember the most from that movie, Predator 2, was the escape. His escape. It was the first time you saw a predator escape and try to like patch themselves up.
Oh.
Where he had
Yeah.
that weird I think he grabbed like that weird first aid kit, and he just started kind of like slabbing goo
Oh,
on himself.
There were a lot of elements in that movie that were kind of cool, and
it was
but
really interesting to see
the movie itself was just around it was terrible.
I like the movie a lot. I think the movie was great. Other than the fact that he didn't kill the woman, I forget her name.
Yeah, he has.
She was
Oh,
pregnant.
yeah.
Code of honor.
Sorry,
There's
talking about Predator 2.
Predator 2, yeah. There's like a code to it. Where
He
it's
didn't
like,
kill the pregnant woman.
Pregnant
He
woman.
didn't kill the old lady with the broom.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No kids, no
It was interesting to
no
see
women,
that
no elderly.
play out.
That growth for a
That
monster.
didn't really carry over to Predators, though. He just murders everyone in sight.
Well, no, that's not true. Actually, there's a scene where he
Which one?
Adrian, we're in Predators.
Which Predator? The big one or the
The
little
one that Adrian Brody saves. And then
Right.
he grabs Adrian Brody by the fucking neck
And
and
he
he's like, I'm
decides
gonna
on
kill you. And he's like, nah, you're not worth it. And chucks him.
And then he dies.
That makes no sense.
And it's totally like out of character.
That's the actual dialogue.
Jamie made a very good point earlier that the Predators have terrible lives.
Oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, like,
Their lives are
What
pure
a
misery.
miserable existence.
Really?
All they do is murder and die, and
That's
there's
it.
literally nothing else that they do.
Yeah.
They're raised to be warriors, and then they get dropped off on a fucking planet to survive.
But then John came up with a really good point in that he's like, well, someoone's making the technology, so there's got to be
Right,
some
neckbeard predators. That's what we were talking
Yes.
about. Neckbeard predators.
So should we?
We're the architects.
So are we basically
Predators.
saying
Where are they?
So it's Predators. All right, I'm gonna fuck you guys up right now. I'm gonna bring it all together right now. You guys are gonna love it. So is every Predator movie we've ever seen the Running Man of the Predator universe?
Yeah.
Those Predators are
Essentially.
just in the Running Man
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
for that planet,
That's what it feels like.
right?
It's actually the Truman Show.
Which is Running Man.
Just yes, Running Man. It's
Don't take that away from me.
It's all being broadcast to the whole planet.
Yeah, that's what I was actually wondering when I was watching this. I was kind of like, so why are they getting dropped off?
Right.
Right.
What are they up to?
Sure.
What's their deal?
So they're just dropped off so that they can be hunted.
Correct.
Yeah.
But here's the thing:
That's
if you take it back to
It's the most dangerous game.
it is. But if you go to Alien vs. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm talking too much. But I want to say this.
Fine,
The
dude.
problem with the most dangerous game thing is, I was talking to Gavin about this outside right before we started the podcast. That movie fundamentally has an error where we were talking outside, like, we're like, oh, you know, why did that movie do better? And it's because there is no context for what that planet is.
Nope.
You're just kind of like dropped into it. You don't know if that's an island that they're on.
Predators, you mean?
Predators. The Predators. You don't understand. There's a reason why there was never a sequel for it or why it didn't continue naturally is because there was no natural continuation point at the end of the film. The only thing you could become would be Lawrence Fishburne's character in the movie. But like
Right.
5 of them. You know, 2 of them.
Survivor,
I
Hermit.
mean, I don't know.
So-
I like, after watching this again, I was kind of like, yeah, I want to see what happens.
But you had no context for what the planet was. Like, was there civilization on that planet? Was it just a
There's
giant...
definitely civilization on that planet. Lawrence Fishburne talked about it.
What?
Yeah, he's like, there's 2 different tribes of predators that
Okay.
are killing.
No,
So that means
those are just 2 different tribes that he's seen killed him.
Right,
I'm
so
talking about
that's-
like a city somewhere on the planet
But
because he
that-
hasn't explored the entire planet. He's only explored the little.
But he
areas.
very specifically called them tribes. So that suggests that there's 2 different.
there's some kind of
There's
civilization.
civilization.
Right. There's 2 different
And
predators.
there's animals being hunted.
That's what I'm saying.
There's fucking bones. People.
Sure.
Like things are obviously being eaten. Like
I understand that, but I'm saying is that there's no like.
there's
They don't need them.
civilizations.
There's no.
They don't need them, do they?
There's
Nah.
But there's no ability for you to leave the planet. There's no like city somewhere on the opposite
Right,
pole of the
yeah.
planet where you can like you're like, oh my god, on the way down I saw a city like 34, 5, 50 fucking miles out. Let's go to that city.
and
You
let's
know?
go get a plane.
You gotta get off the
Yeah,
planet.
you know, you're just locked onto this planet and there's no escape.
So if there is, if there are
He's gonna take
other,
the ship off the planet.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
little alien shows him planet Earth, and he's like, "I'm gonna send you up there."
Yeah. There's
yeah,
He
yeah.
decides not to get on the ship.
yeah. There is
Oh, but
hints
that
of,
blew up
like-
though.
It did, but theoretically, he was sending the
Look,
ship.
there's still
to
technology and there's still multiple predators. It's not like there has to be more. You can't just.
No,
not escape
I'm
the
just
planet.
saying that it becomes like at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You're
No, you're right.
You're kind of
That makes
you're kind of
sense.
at a loss of like. I saw the next movie.
grim.
It's them being Lawrence Fishburne. That's it.
Yeah, I'm okay
You
with
know.
that. I'm okay
No,
with them becoming Lawrence Fishburne.
It's totally fine. I'm just saying like
As long as they're together, I mean, it's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, right. You have a little baby running around.
Yeah, they have a little baby.
see what's missing is
Little Lawrence Fishburne.
what's missing is Lawrence
Staring blankly.
Fishburne reaching out to those other civilizations and trying to mate with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Oh my
I
god.
just wish it was. I wish it was. I wish
It,
it was
it
more.
can't all be murderous fucking.
No, they're all murderous.
And the question is, where
all
does the new
predators.
predator come in?
No, we've already established they're neckbeard predators.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you're
We've
absolutely
established it
right.
because someone has to develop the technology.
Right.
But
There's
what I'm
gotta be
saying,
some
where is the new
inferior-
predator movie come in?
You're saying Lawrence
In the
Fishburne
catalog.
tried to have intercourse with
No, he said
predators?
that.
I'm saying it should happen. That
Lawrence Fishburne.
why not?
I'm convinced, like, watching him, I was like, he definitely had sex with, like, a body.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that character. Like, it's
Predator body?
Because he's like, it's been 10 seasons. So it's obvious he's humped something.
I mean, what did Danny Glover call it?
Okay.
He called it, what do you call it?
What's he called?
John, what do you call it?
Buck, super cool. Did someone say deal?
Wait, what happened? It's only been like 5 minutes. We can't do this yet. We're not there yet. Hold it back. Hold it back.
God. Anyway.
Pussy face. You call it a pussy face.
Pussy face.
Right.
Pussy face.
So I think it's totally possible that Lawrence Fishburne tried to
Yeah.
So you're saying Fishburne
sex the face.
fucked a predator?
I think he fucked something.
I don't think so.
He fucked something.
He's insane in that movie.
Yeah. He's completely
Yeah,
lost
but he's
his
not
mind.
that insane.
Yeah, he's not Marlon Brando insane.
No, he's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's not Apocalypse Now. It's not quite that far.
No,
Well, he is definitely Lonely Island insane. Like, I'm alone on an island.
Yeah, but he's talking to an imaginary friend. It's like Castaway.
Are you
saying Tom Hanks didn't hump anything on Castaway?
Right.
I didn't see him hump anything. What's he gonna hump out there?
Trees? I don't know.
Trees.
He's probably gonna make a hole in the sand.
Yeah.
And like do
That's
the
so grainy.
do the island in general. You know, like that's what I would think a man would do is stranded on an
Usually
island.
he fucked
That's what you think a man would
Usually
do,
he fucked the
yes.
island. He literally fucked the
He
island.
fucked the island.
He dropped a nut on the
Yeah,
island.
and he's like, and he was looking at Wilson right in the eyes.
Well, the island spent the
Wilson
majority of the
blinking
movie
there.
fucking him.
Wilson looking
so.
right back.
Just staring blankly because he's a volleyball.
What's up, Tom?
What's up, Tom Hanks?
Oh, this took a weird turn. I blame myself.
You dropped that nut.
This is your fault,
It's
Gavin.
entirely my fault. So how do we feel about the fucking new one?
That's what I was saying before.
Shane Black.
Where does this fall
Right.
in? And why is it not Christmas?
Because it's right.
Shane Black.
It's a Shane Black movie. Why is it not set at
Shane Black
Christmas?
does everything in Christmas. Every Shane Black movie is in Christmas.
Even Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man
Yeah.
3.
Iron Man 3 is in Christmas.
Shane Black.
Iron Man 3.
I think the costume looks
The
ridiculous.
Mandarin.
I think the new costume looks silly.
new
It doesn't. The
Predator
new Predator
costume?
outfit, the new Predator mask looks way too
Can you bring
sleek.
it up? I want to see it.
It looks way too sleek. It looks way too It looks way too modern.
They've had time to develop the technology, Jim.
I don't care. I like the fact that it looked rugged. It looks very
Is this
hipster.
What do we know the plot of this new one? Is it start?
Nope.
Yeah, they need to like mate with us. So I think Jaime was right with the Lawrence Fishburne fucking, because they were like, "Oh, we got the baby from this kid, and whoa, was it strong? We should go back to Earth and get some more of that jizz."
I'm just saying, he's stranded alone on a planet for 2 years.
Yeah.
The Predator.
The Predator.
But there's multiple Predators.
No, but this one's about the Predator. That's what you're not grasping.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it looks good.
You liked it?
I think it was fine.
I'm into it. I think it's bringing back the horror.
I haven't seen that. I actually haven't seen this trailer. Hearing that line now, I saw the one previous to that.
Right. Yeah, that one
And I-
looked a little too.
The whole the kid opening,
Yeah.
like that was strange. I don't know. I thought I watched the most recent one, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah.
I still like the mask though. That's a statement I'll stand by. It looks weird.
The mask does look weird.
It's a little shiny. It's a little smooth.
Yeah.
It's like Apple designed the Predator.
Yeah, like for a warrior,
doesn't
mask,
look
it
right.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Olivia Munn is in this, huh?
She sure is. William.
Ooh, Thomas Jane.
Tom Jane's in it?
Nice.
Oh, I love Tom Jane. Predator vs. Punisher.
Jake Busey. That's a nice touch.
Wait, he's in the movie still?
Bringing a Busey.
Yeah, right.
Bring in the Busey.
Yeah, he's totally a Predator, too.
It's the Busey from Starship Troopers.
Oh,
Is he playing
We
this?
should do
Wait, no.
Starship Troopers.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, that's another.
That's a great idea.
But
Put it on the
is Jake Busey playing the son of the character the guy Busey played? That's the question we
He's
should be
playing
asking.
a guy named Sean Keys.
Sean Keys is come on, let's do this. Let's do
Predator to IMDb.
It's some math. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Jack.
Is he playing the son of his dad?
Yes, he is.
Oh shit! That's dope! I'm gonna watch shit out of that. That's fucking awesome. I'll take it now. I'm in. I'm all in.
Peter Keys.
This
and,
is became an amazing movie.
I'm balls deep in that.
somebody else.
You watch the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Sean Keys. They're related.
Alright, so Any last thoughts on this? The Predator franchise as a whole? Any thoughts from childhood?
It's cool that Shane Black is doing it because he also wrote some of the Lethal Weapon movies.
Yeah, he totally did.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon, which will be our subject next week.
Yep.
Nice.
Our primary subject
Talk
next week.
about
We're not doing Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
No, that's gonna be one.
That's for a future. That's like a special.
That's a Christmas special.
No, I wouldn't that long for that. That's.
Oh no! Wait, what are we watching for Christmas?
Not ruin my Christmas that way.
What are we watching for Christmas?
Yeah.
The Grinch.
We gotta do a Christmas one. Obviously. I mean, it's 5 months away. But
Well, I mean, you could do like Lethal Weapon 2, but we're doing Lethal Weapon next week, so yeah.
We're doing a Lethal Weapon franchise.
Die Hard. We're done.
All right, we're done. All right, thanks everybody for this. This is our inaugural podcast. Everyone say thank you to whatever audience we may or may not have.
Should we plug?
We should plug many things.
Yeah, that's
John,
how that works.
Actually, yeah, you should plug things.
We have a Patreon to support this podcast.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So we got a Patreon for the podcast.
Yeah, we sure
it's
do.
at j3filmworks.com.
Or you can go to patreon.com/J3Filmworks.
There we go.
J letter 3 Filmworks.
Wait, letter 3?
The letter 3.
The letter 3.
J3.
Say it again.
The number 3.
Oh, the number 3.
Yeah, 3 is a number.
Right.
J,
the letter
3.
Right, so, yeah, J3.
I think
They get it. They know what to do.
they know. Well, hey, man, someone will write. I don't know.
Do we have a YouTube page too?
Yeah, we do.
We do.
YouTube/something or other. Just go to j3filmworks.com.
Yeah, you'll find everything there.
Everything's there. We just finished Umbrella.
Anyway, if you
that's actually a really big thing. It's a big deal.
It's not.
if people
Well, for us,
give us
actually,
$5, if you sign up for the $5 a month Patreon,
We're not going to turn voices again.
you can submit a question to the podcast and we'll answer it.
I won't.
And
He will.
Gavin will answer it.
He'll totally fucking
Gavin will
answer.
do anything for $5.
Gavin's actually in charge of the questions.
Sure, yeah, you are in charge of reading them.
Yeah, I'm in charge of deleting them.
Yeah, you're in charge of reading them.
So don't you-
No, don't delete it.
Don't you send them?
No, you send all of them. You send all of them.
Gavin's personal email
Is go fuck yourself.
at earth.net.
Earthlink.
No, but I do want to say this. I think it's really important. I think it's really funny. It's not important at all, actually. I just want to touch.
I feel like these levels are spiking.
Yeah, I just totally blocked out. No, but we did finish Umbrella, and I do want to say cheers to us for that because it took 2 years.
Took way too long.
For 5 minutes short.
It took
2 years and a half.
It took a
2
year.
year and a half. Honestly,
It's a 3-minute long film,
Oh,
so
craziness.
you can understand 3 minutes. I mean, there's a lot of like prep work that goes into that.
Yeah.
Then there's the shoot itself. Then we did reshoots.
shoot.
Then there was a lot of graphics work.
Yeah.
And I smoked a bunch of weed.
And then
Jamie did a bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
and Jamie's a very contemplative editor.
Yes.
He's not just going to throw some shit together.
Yeah.
He made 1 cut a month.
A lot of tender love and care when
I
it's this
made-
project.
I made 2 cuts. One happened last night.
No, 45 seconds, 45 minutes.
And then the other one happened a year and a half ago.
But 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But you can watch Umbrella on J3.
So you can watch Jamie's 112 minutes of editing work.
You can, you can watch my Amadeus if you want.
Amadeus. Amadeus.
And then we also have
Amadeus.
we have also got 2 films that are potentially going into festivals. Bulletproof, which
Bulletproof.
is our short documentary,
Short documentary.
Yeah.
and
Very excited.
Good consideration.
Yeah, we also have a web series called
Yeah.
Trinity Comics.
Trinity Comics!
Follow us on the Instagram at Trinity Comics TV.
There you go.
You have your own Instagram?
We do, sure do.
We should get one.
What's the Instagram?
At Trinity
He just
Comics
said it.
He
TV.
just literally
I don't
just
know.
said it. He literally just said it, like seconds ago.
Do you have a Twitter handle?
It's probably the same thing.
It is.
It's probably, I don't fuck. Dude, I don't know. I don't use Twitter.
No, we should never use Twitter.
Or Instagram.
We're
Don't
not
ever use
appropriate.
Twitter. We actually don't have
No, I
Twitter.
get weight. I would get.
I'm on
we
Twitter.
would, we would get Harmon on it.
I'm on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Plug the Twitters. Go, John.
Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot mine.
Who are you on?
What's your Instagram or Twitter?
Oh, my Twitter is
The Norcross, right?
no, it's at John Norcross because I couldn't fit my whole name.
Ah.
JON NORCROSS.
Nice. Jamie?
I don't have like an official like film one, but my personal one,
Which is
Personal what?
Which is your film one now?
yeah, it's Jaime Jaime B1213.
Jaime.
Instagram?
Twitter?
Jaime B.
What are
No,
we
it's my
talking
Instagram.
Instagram. He's got like 4 photos on there.
Yeah, I don't really use it that much. All I really do on it is
It's
like,
good for the DMs.
It's great for the DMs.
Yeah.
I just talk to
Send
people
all your
on
dick
it.
pics
Yeah.
to Jamie.
Right to Jamie.
Jamie.blanco@gmail.com.
Don't send me dick pics. Please don't.
He wants
All dick
unfiltered,
pics.
full resolution.
He's a really big fan of
I'm
undercover
gonna be
sausage.
very upset for the next 5 months.
And if you're bushy, all the better.
Oh,
my God.
Jesus.
So my Instagram is at jchaliz. That's CHALIZ. Z as in the fucking zebra, not V.
Do you have
As
a,
in vagina?
you don't have,
I have
do you have,
a
a,
channel?
you have a Twitter, right?
I do have a Twitter, but I don't use it, so it's not even worth it.
Right.
And I think it's the same thing anyway.
Let's be honest. Twitter.
Yeah, if I were on Twitter, I would definitely get like kicked off in like a week.
Twitter's great.
Twitter's
I can't do it.
responsible for our president.
Plus,
So,
I'm also terrified of. That's another reason why I'm
So,
terrified.
never.
So is television.
So things never.
So is
work.
television.
We're to blame.
so is the Apprentice.
I think we collectively.
We are
collectively-
responsible. We're responsible.
I think we're the assholes
We're the
here,
ones
not
who do it.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I think it's more fun to blame Twitter.
It is.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
my Twitter is @Gavin_Basilar, BAZALAR.
Ooh.
And you can find me on Instagram @G_Baz, BAZZ.
G-Bats.
One more time with that. I'm sorry, I talked.
No, we heard it.
So because Jim interrupted me,
Yeah.
you can find me on the Instagram @G_Baz, BAZZ.
Right. I was just saying he sounded like he was from NPR. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the
NPR is much softer.
It was really
NPR is
soothing.
more like,
It was really soothing.
John's very NPR.
and kind of mildly irritating because I hate NPR voice. But
yeah, NPR is like,
NPR voice is like my anti-Viagra. It can make me so limp so fast.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, right?
Yeah, we're wrapping it
Yeah,
up.
we're done here. We're done
Thank
here.
you so
Sorry.
much, guys.
Sorry. No, your voice, but John's voice is not NPR
it
voice.
could be NPR if you
It
want
could be
to.
NPR if you want to be, but it's not because I hit very hard. So it's fine.
The
All right,
president
ladies and gentlemen,
met with
thank you for joining us on this inaugural
Israeli
podcast.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu last week.
Fucking hate you,
Shit.
And on that note,
No, we're done here. Thanks everybody.
This
Have a good night.
is the Postcast podcast. Thank you guys for joining us.
thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.